Right guys, Bargain Hunter here. Bit of a different video today. So, all of these coins here, different 50p's, £2 coins, £1 coins, old ones, and some of the bigger 50p's. Are any of them worth like any decent money? Well, sit back, relax, and let's find out. My oh my, what do we start with? There's so many different ones. Now the reason I'm making this video, I'll just show you this one. This one's a bit of an exception. So this is Mrs. Tiggy Winkle 50p Beatrix Potter, but as you'll see it's gold. So this coin's obviously worth more money than 50p. This is the only one that I've got that's like that, so that's why I just thought I'd show you that one. I'll put him away. Yeah, so sorry, I got a bit sidetracked there. Now the reason why I'm making this video, this coin, along with some others, but definitely this coin, if you search this coin on eBay, you'll see hundreds, if not thousands, of listings of people trying to get about £5,000 to £10,000 for this coin. Now it's just simply not worth that. And this coin as well, this is another example. I've seen somewhere in a newspaper, I don't know if it's this coin, but it stated that one of them's gone up for sale for something daft like 2.5 million. I'll put up the newspaper clip here. Now if this was 2.5 million, I've not got all of my copies of it out, but you can see there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, well there's only 4 there, but that's £10 million. And then obviously I've got some dupes over there that I've not even took out. This coin's simply not worth that, so we're going to show you now what the coin's potentially worth and which ones are worth more than others. So we'll start with the two coins in question, these two. What are they worth? I'll put up prices here now of what these coins actually have been selling for on eBay. And as you can see, it's nowhere near the price tags what have been stated in some newspapers. Now this is just my personal collection. I collect them because I like the pictures on them, and my goal is eventually to get one of each of the coins, which is the goal of most coin collectors. Now there is some obscure ones, like this one for example. You won't really see too many of these in your change, and the reason for that is because it's hard to get the camera to focus. It's from Gibraltar, 2003, is it? Yep, 2003. Now the coins that are more obscure over here, like this one, they're usually from Gibraltar or Isle of Man. I'll show you another Isle of Man example. It's one of my favourite 50p's. There it is. The motorbikes. And again, as you see, Isle of Man, 1997. I believe there's two versions of this coin from 2 different years, but this is the 1997 one. And then there's also this one. This one's quite rare to me anyway. I've only had one of these, as you can see the Isle of Man symbol up there. But yeah, I like that 50p. Now I'm going to show you this one. 3 of the same coins. These are from 1997, 2009 and 2016. So there is different years of the same coin, which will also affect the value, because this one might have been minted, let's say 1 million times in that year. This one might have been minted 5 million times, and this one might have only been minted 200,000 times, so this coin would be the most rare. That's not the actual figures, but it's just an example. So let's move on to, is there any 50p's that are actually worth more than face value, and if so, what are they? Okay, so let's start off with this one, because I said at the beginning it's one of the most obscure ones. So this one is from 2003. There is a few different years in this. When I've looked it up on eBay, there's sales ranging from £5 to £13. The older the coin, the more money it seems to fetch. This is the one, an example, that sold for £5, and one from, I believe it was 1990, sold for the £12.95. I'll put the pictures up here now. This one's a fairly decent coin, Jemima Puddle Duck from Beatrix Potter. A good example of this coin, you're looking at spending anywhere up to about £10, and if it's like a bit scruffy, you're probably paying about £4. It's one of the rarer of the Beatrix Potter 50p's. This coin seems to have actually fell in value. I've sold this coin before for like £10, but when I was looking on eBay then, you probably get it for like £5 to £6. And then this coin from 2012 Olympics, the shooting. You're looking, depending on the condition of the coin, you're looking anywhere between £2 and £5. So it's not a bad one. And same story for this one really, 2012 rowing from the Olympics. You're looking between £2 and £5 again, depending on the condition of the coin. Now this coin just made me laugh looking at it on eBay. So I've seen a few of them. Mine's not in the best condition, to be fair. It's got a few problems, so mine's worth about 50p. There is some listed on eBay for like £600, £700, and again, I blame these newspapers for it basically promoting fake stories. I could list this on eBay if I wanted to for £3 million. It doesn't mean that the coin's worth that much. If it was in better condition and a collector wanted it, you'd probably be pushed to get £2 for it. So don't be fooled by these. And it's the same fate for this guy, I'm afraid. Just been looking him up. I didn't see any ridiculous ones. I did see someone trying to get £200 for it. Again, if a collector wants this coin, you probably get £2 for it. But realistically, it's worth just over 50p. And yeah, there's a few people trying to get £1,000 for this one. And you guessed it, guys. It's actually the worst one of the bunch. Quite a few of them selling for 99p. But again, this one's in fairly good condition. You'd get £2 for it off a collector that needed it. Not £1,000. And it just continues, guys. This one is one of my favourite from like the later releases, Sherlock Holmes. It's a cool coin and everything. And there's still people trying to get like over £200 for the coin. There's loads of them in circulation, and it's worth about £1.50 to £2. Now, Mrs. Tittlemouse is doing okay. A really nice example of this coin. You can look to expect to get about £4 to £5 for it. That's like 10 times its face value. I just thought I'd include this one. You can see it's one of the older 50p's. It's bigger. I call it a D-Day 50p, I think it is. Cool coin and all, nice picture, but sadly, coin's worth about £3. And all these other 50p's, I'll just scroll over them. Don't want to waste your time showing you each and every single one of them when it's the same story for most of them. They're all worth practically between £1 and £3, so it's not worth going over them. So that's the 50p's stacked up. Like I said, I didn't get them all out. There is loads of duplicate ones over there, £2, different kinds. It's not the same for every 50p, by the way. So some of the new 50p's with the king on them, some of these are actually selling for like £14. Not this one. It's got a picture of a salmon or a trout. It's a fish anyway on the back. That one's doing quite well, selling for about £14 at the moment. So still keep your eyes out on your change, but don't believe everything you see in the newspapers about these 50p's, guys, because it's not true, unfortunately. Alright, moving over. Now, I just thought I'd include these. So these are like the old £1. Nothing special about them really, apart from the fact that you can't get them anymore. Some of them, basically I'm just going to average them out. So you're looking to get about £4 to £7, depending on the coin, the condition and the picture. So yeah, I'm just keeping hold of one of each one. Right, now let's move on to the big boys, the £2 coins. Is there any of these that are worth decent money? Let's find out. Right, so now we're going to move on to the £2. Thought I'd start with these Shakespeare ones. So you've got that design. Sorry, the camera keeps going out of focus. You've got that design. And then you've got this design. I quite like these coins. Depends on the condition. So these I've seen going from £3 to £4 basically. This one is between four to £6, and this one, there is an error version of the coin, which is worth a bit more, but a standard one like this, you're looking between like the same £4 and £6. This one's pretty nice coin. Depends on the condition again. You're looking anywhere between £4 and £8, for £8 being the better condition coin. One to keep an eye out for. This coin, another one of my personal favourites. You can get up to like £4 for it depending on condition. So not worth too much over face value, but it's worth keeping an eye out for it. Okay, so I had some fun looking this one up on eBay. As they say, every day is a school day. So this coin, if you see, I don't know if the camera will pick it up to be honest, but it's the centre's not in properly on this side, and then you see the line there. So there's one kind of mistake. The dots on the front on the silver, you see them, and then they disappear, and they go on to the bronzer part, I want to say. So that's technically an error. And then the Queen's head is up, so the writing on the side should be this way, which it is. But if you look, so and the letters are not touching, A, brother, the letters are on the side of the coin, fine. Am, same, I, and then as we get to not and A, you see how the A's almost touching the bottom of the coin, and then the N is definitely touching the bottom of the coin. So the reason I'm telling you that is I've seen one of these sell for £30 in a very similar condition to this, with this error, the front error with the dots, but when he has the Queen's head up, the writing is also upside down. So this has only got 2 of the 3 errors. So yeah, interesting this one. Usually the coin's worth about £3 to £4. I'm gonna have to look into this one a little bit more. I did notice that the centerpiece wasn't in properly, so yeah, looks like I've got myself a error coin. I was gonna move on to error coins towards the end of the video, but there we go. Now, this is another one of the coins that's been making news lately. Apparently this is going to sell for, what is it, £1,200 or £1,700, which actually might, for the reason of, this is a normal version of the coin. On the front, see it says £2. The one that's in question, the words £2 is missing, so it's an error. They're quite rare. So yeah, the coin could fetch quite a bit of money. Whether it fetches the sum they say, we'll find out. A standard one of these though, however, you can get between £5 and £10 for a really good example of the coin. This one's got a blemish there, so this one's probably worth about £4. But yeah, if you're patient with it, I've seen people pay up to £10 for these ones, and they're not too hard to get hold of, to be honest. This coin, I'm sure you've all seen this one. It's worth literally just over face value, £3.50, £4 if you're patient. This one's badly worn though, so you'd be lucky, well, you'd definitely get your £2, but that's about it. This is one of the nicer £2 coins in my opinion. Depending on condition again, this one's fairly nice. You're looking at between £4 and £8 is the evidence that I've seen them selling for. This one would probably fetch £6.95 if I listed it. This one from 1999, you're looking, you can probably get £4 to £5 for it if you sit and wait around to a collector. It's not that common, this one. I've only had like 1 or 2 of them. Kept this one for myself. Honestly guys, when you're bored later, look up some of these coins that I've shown you today on eBay and you'll be shocked at some of the prices what you see. I've seen this listed multiple times for like £2,000. It's worth about £4. Unless, of course, if it states it's got errors and you look at the pictures and there is clear errors on the coin, then yeah, it can be worth more money. But most people are just listing them as a normal coin. Now this coin I've seen sell between £4, well actually £3 and £8 depending on condition. This one is really nice condition. Again, I wouldn't expect to get the £8, probably worth like £6.95 on average, one in this good of a condition. Just thought I'd throw this one in there. This is just a normal £2 coin, 1997. Queen's got a necklace on the front. I remember when people used to say these were worth like 20 quid or something. Believe it or not, I did see one sell for like £4, so yeah, if you get one with a necklace on, flip it for double your money. This one of the more common £2 coins that you seem to find. You'd be lucky to get more than face value for it, to be honest, although I have seen the odd few sell for £3.95, which is double face value, so if you find one, just keep hold of it. This one, the Great Fire of London. Again, if you sat around and waited and a collector wanted it, you'd probably get £5 for this coin. Pretty nice example of a £2 coin. And this is just two examples of £2 coins that are actually worth a fair little bit. This is the Welsh Commonwealth Games. I've seen this one go from like £15 to £20, and same with this one. It's the English one. You can get a Scottish one, Scottish one, and a Northern Ireland one. I believe the Northern Ireland one is the rarest one. I've seen them fetch like £30 to £35. So keep your eyes out for these ones. And the others, if you want to collect them, why not? That video was quite hard to make, guys. If you liked it, leave us a thumbs up. Smash subscribe down there. I know it's not my typical type of video, but I do collect coins and I find coins on the car boot, so I thought it was slightly connected. And I'll see you guys on the next one.